Hey folks, Subsist68 here on Metal Couch, and I received an album request a couple of days ago to do Mastodon's Crack the Skye in light of the recent release of Live at the Aragon, which is a great CD-DVD combo, and I suggest you guys pick it up or just check out my review if you're not convinced. Mastodon's Crack the Skye is the fourth album, if you don't count all the the Life's Blood EP and Call of the Mastodon. It's their fourth studio album, and possibly their most unique sounding album, due to they've kind of taken a departure from whereas on Remission and Leviathan they were kind of screaming their heads off, playing as fast as they could. They decided to slow down a little bit and kind of get some melodical stuff going on. There's definitely a lot of prog influences on here. Some of them translate naturally, and some of them feel a little bit forced. I'll go over what we get inside the case here. Let's see, we've got 7 tracks: Oblivion, Divinations, Quintessence, The Czar, which is in 4 parts: Usurper, Escape, Martyr, and Spiral, Ghost of Corellia, Crack the Skye, and The Last Baron, the last song being around 13 minutes long. And I know that long songs are a bit of a turnoff for people, but it's a great song. So, inside the case here, well, that's an interesting development. My case has apparently fallen apart. It's alright. Booklet is full of great artwork. If you can take a look at some of that artwork in here. Of course, includes all the lyrics. And a lot of these drawings that you see inside this booklet are later put into Crack the Skye, the film, and animated and things like that. Which is a very unique part of the DVD on Live at the Aragon. I think this is supposed to be Rasputin with a bear, or something. I'm not exactly sure, but this artwork, which I have been corrected several times, because I used to think that Brent Hines did this artwork, because I know he does a lot of his own drawing and stuff like that. Artwork is done by Paul A. Romano, so really good artist here. I like this. I like the work that he's put into this. So, inside of my copy of Crack the Skye, I have a CD and a DVD. The DVD has the making of Crack the Skye and a kind of explanation of what all the songs mean. They come in those things that I really don't enjoy, the whole flip thing like a book. You see what I mean about these cases? You gotta take one disc out, then you gotta lift the other one up. It's ridiculous. You don't need something like that. Jesus, PC games from the 90s cases had more. Anyway. All in all, I think this album will be like our generation's Master of Puppets. We will look back 20 years from now and say, wow, Crack the Skye is still an amazing album, and it will still hold up. I think it'll hold up for 20 years from now. And I think Mastodon will become one of those classic acts that we'll eventually see put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, providing it still exists if true rock fans don't get rid of it first. A couple of singles that they've released off of this album are Oblivion and Divinations. But all of these songs are so memorable that, I mean, you can easily pick up on, when you first hear the song, you'll immediately recognize it after a few listens. I mean, they're so memorable, and I'm surprised that they kind of took this direction, because Blood Mountain was still very aggressive, and still kind of a mixture between Remission, but it was also a transitional album to this. This is a lot less brutal, I guess you could say, as Blood Mountain, and it kind of takes a step back so that way they can say, hey, we're able to do other things besides scream our heads off. But is it Mastodon's Black Album? I've heard a lot of people say this, that it is the equivalent of the Black Album. They've sold out, they're no longer good. On the contrary, I think this is the best album they've ever put out. Blood Mountain being a close second. I really do like the new direction that they're taking, and they do this little thing with all of their albums where they represent one of the 5 elements found in the pentagram. I don't know if any of you know about the spiritual and the Wicca stuff and all of that. But so far they've done fire, earth, water, and now they've done ether, which means that the next album, chances are, will be wind if they continue that tradition. Which means that it's going to still sound pretty unique. I have not yet seen these guys live. I really want to see them live, mainly because I want them to play this album in its entirety, but I guess I'll have to deal with it and just keep watching live at the Aragon. So, all in all, I probably would give this album about a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I don't give it a perfect 10 is because of the forced prog parts. There's a part in The Last Baron where it immediately goes into a prog breakdown, and it feels so forced. It feels like it's not supposed to be there. But then there are other times where it fits, and it makes sense. But, I don't know. I don't know what they were smoking. A lot of this material that was written here was after Brent Hines' accident where I think he got in a fight with somebody and he had a concussion and all of that. So a lot of that comes out, along with Bron Daler and some of his personal issues from his teenage years. So, guitars sound great, vocals are great. This is a very unique sounding album, and I think that even non-metal fans could pick this up and enjoy it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Crack the Skye will definitely be one of those albums that we look back and say, wow, this is a great album. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. This is Subsist68 here on Metal Couch. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe. Constructive criticism is always welcome. So this is Danny from Metal Couch, signing off.